Most people are wildly misinformed about how much money coaches actually make. So in this video, I'm going to share the truth. I'm going to reveal to you the real coaching income ranges based on stage so that you know how much you can earn as a coach. If you're new to my channel, my name is Peter Scott. I'm the founder of Fearless Coach Academy, where we have mentored over 1,000 coaches to launch and scale their coaching business. So let's dive right in. Stage number one is what I call the exploration or validation stage. Now, this is the brand new or aspiring coach stage. And the income range here is $0 to $30,000. So stage one is $0 to $30,000. Now, not surprisingly, this is where the majority of coaches are. The majority of coaches aren't seven-figure business owners yet. They're just starting. In fact, the specific amount is somewhere between 50 to 60%. And these stats, just so you know, are coming from the ICF, which is the International Coach Federation, the world's most reputable and largest coach certification program. Okay, so 50 to 60% of coaches are in that $0 to $30,000 range. This is the new or the part-time coach. It's also where the most inconsistent clients come from. So if you're just starting out and you don't have an audience, you don't have loyal followers, you don't have an offer yet, then obviously clients are inconsistent. And here also is where most coaches are just dealing with a lot of mental and emotional baggage. They're fearful of rejection, of judgment, of failure, imposter syndrome. And again, we've built our business very successfully. I still have those things, but the person just starting out generally has them louder. Okay. The biggest problem here at this stage is there's no predictable acquisition channel. So what that means is there's no way for you to predict X amount of leads per month or per week and number of sales calls, number of clients, because you're just hustling at this stage to get to that first 10, 20, $30,000. But that's the range. 50 to 60% of coaches are at that $0 to $30,000 place. The next stage of coaching income is $30,000 to $100,000. And this is what we call early traction. So this is where you actually have a product market fit. This is where you actually have a clear niche. You know the person that you serve, the problem that you solve, and the promise that you make. And you've designed some assets, whether it's a website or a funnel or a YouTube channel, talking to your audience about this topic. This is where 25 to 30% of coaches are in that $30,000 to $100,000 range. On average, these coaches are getting about 1 to 3 clients per month, and they're doing mostly one-on-one. So at this stage, you are almost a 6-figure coach, which is really exciting, but you're still trading time for money at this stage. When I hit my first 6 figures, I was still only doing one-on-one coaching. I had no online course. I had no membership site. I had no leverage group coaching program. It was me meeting with a client every week or every other week and serving them. And although that was fulfilling, it was limiting because I did not have the freedom at that stage. I was replacing a portion of my income at the time, which was great. I was doing something that I loved and felt fulfilled, but I didn't feel like I was making the impact. And that's what's required to get to the next level. So how do you generate clients at this stage? Most of it is going to be word of mouth or through organic content. So word of mouth is you being referred by your network, or it's you posting on your organic social media channels, whether it's LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram or YouTube. People are starting to consume your content, and that'll lead to a call or to a lead or to a client from time to time. Now, let's get to the fun stages, because I know that's what you're really curious about, is what's after 6 figures, because that's where I want to go. So the next stage is $100,000 to $250,000. And this is not the brand new coach. This is what we call the established full-time coach. At this time, once you hit 6 figures, generally, you can quit your job and you either may or fully replace your income, or you're replacing a portion, like enough of your income to do this full-time. Now, only 8 to 15% of coaches ever get to this stage of $100,000 to $250,000. 8 to 15%. That's a very low number. At this stage, you're not just doing one-on-one. Now, you're starting to leverage your time by introducing leverage group coaching. Maybe at this stage, you have a course or a curriculum, and you provide a weekly group call or a bi-weekly group call. And you're still doing one-on-one, but you're also doing group, and it lifts the ceiling of the number of clients that you can impact. At this stage, you also finally have a reliable lead source, not just word of mouth, not just referrals, but you can actually put $1 in. Maybe you're doing ads and $3 can come out. And now you're getting a 3x return on ad spend, right? You actually know how to put time and energy in and money in and get a return on that investment. And at this stage, you're very, very busy because you don't have a big team. You don't have the resources yet to hire a big team. You're doing almost everything yourself. Maybe you've got a virtual assistant. Maybe you got somebody helping part-time in their coaching or in the sales role, but it's very, very limited support. Again, it's great because now you're $100,000 to $250,000, but you're hitting a ceiling because you're the marketer and the salesperson and the coach and the CFO and the CEO and all of those. Now, the next stage, the final stage, stage 4, is $250,000 and above. Now, I know there's stages above that. There's $1 million, there's $5 million, there's $10 million, but I'm really focusing on like $250,000 to $1 million here, okay? This is where about 2 to 5% of coaches are. Only 2 to 5% of coaches. And this is where group coaching is your primary model. So it's not one-on-one anymore, okay? It's primarily group. You can still do one-on-one if you want to. However, know that every half an hour or hour you give to a client, you lose that hour of focusing on impacting more lives, helping others, and growing the business. At this point, you have a proven paid acquisition channel and a content engine, meaning that you either organically are producing videos like this and you have a team who's repurposing that content across other platforms so that you're building your audience and attracting leads, or you've got funnels and you've got ads and you've got automation so that new leads are coming in every day. Nothing's better. Seriously, imagine this. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine waking up on a Tuesday and having 30 new email subscribers, right? 10 new YouTube followers. These are your ideal clients. They not only have the problem you solve, but they're looking for a solution. Imagine that. That's what happens at this 250,000 and above stage. You also will have support from a team at this stage. So at this stage, you'll probably have a virtual assistant who's relieving you from a lot of the administrative work. You'll probably have a part-time coach on your team, or even a part-time setter or salesperson, so that you can continue to step into that CEO role where you'll still have to step into sales, you'll still have to step into fulfillment. And in fact, I still do those things because I love them, but I also have a team that supports me and allows me to help clients even more. And then also what's really important on this stage is retention and renewals. So in the beginning, the lifeblood of your business are leads. If you don't have leads, you don't have clients. If you don't have clients, you got nothing, right? But once you get leads coming in and you get clients coming in, then the whole focus is how do we over deliver on what we're promising? How do we turn our clients into raving fans so that we retain them, so that we renew them, so that they lead to referrals, so that the lifetime value of that client continues to increase over and over and over again. At this stage, do not make the mistake of thinking that all you need is new leads, is more leads, is more leads. That's not the path. The path to scale, the secret to scaling your business is world-class fulfillment. So it doesn't mean you neglect that in the early stages. It just becomes even more important at this stage, or you're going to have churn as a huge issue and all these other problems. So those are the 4 stages, right? So think 0 to 30,000, where 50 to 60% of coaches are, is exploration and validation. 30 to 100, where 25 to 30% of coaches are, is early traction. 100 to 250,000 is where we have an established full-time coach. That's only about 8 to 15%. And then $250,000 and above, where about 2 to 5% of coaches are, is what we call leveraged and scaled. So notice that 80 to 90% of people, of coaches, are in that sub $100,000 range. So what does that tell you? It tells you that not all the claims that are being made online, right? You got to be cautious of listening to them. There's a lot of hype in the coaching industry. There's a lot of people promising overnight success. There's a lot of people telling you results without effort and become a 7-figure empire owner by pushing this button. And that is complete BS. It takes work. It takes sacrifice. It takes discipline, motivation. Yes, it's worth it. But I've had countless sacrifices and emotional breakdowns and sleepless nights on the journey of building the business. So the question is, are you willing to put in the work? Because if you're not, this path is not for you. But if you are, you will find more impact, more income, and more freedom than you probably ever could in your job. You'll be far happier. Your spouse will appreciate it. Your kids will love it. All of that because you're doing work that you love. So if you want help customizing a specific roadmap to launching and going from 0 to 30, 30 to 100, 100 to 250 and above, then I simply invite you to schedule a complimentary business brainstorm call with myself and our team and explore if Fearless Coach Academy could help you. I founded Fearless Coach Academy 12 years ago. We've helped over 1,000 coaches. We're really good at what we do. If you do want support, just click the link in the description and you can schedule a complimentary call. And what we'll do is we'll literally map out a step-by-step roadmap for you. And if you haven't yet, which the majority of you watching this haven't, I actually just looked at the stats recently, 73%. I used to say it was 71%, but now our audience is growing. Now it's 73% of you are not subscribed to the channel. So if you've gotten value from this video and you never want to miss another video, click subscribe right now. It would do a huge favor to me. I would appreciate it a lot. And make sure to check out my next video, which is all about what to charge for your coaching and consulting. If you're wondering how much can you make, that's what this video answers. If you want to know what to charge, check out this. It'll tell you exactly what to charge for coaching and consulting. See you soon.